Studying is equations of motion. Clear, ma? So we are studying about equations of motion. Are you able to understand? So in equations of motion, how many types of equations are there? So equations depends upon whether body is accelerated or whether body is traveling with uniform velocity. Two conditions are there, no? So consider if body is traveling with uniform velocity. Okay, ma? And next condition is body is traveling with uniform acceleration. Okay. So uniform velocity also you can call it as uniform motion also. Uniform velocity, if body is traveling with uniform velocity, same type of motion you can call it as uniform motion also. Clear, ma? But if body is traveling with uniform acceleration, then what you call this one? Then you call this one as non-uniform motion. This is the basic difference between uniform motion, non-uniform motion. No? If body is traveling with same velocity, it is called uniform motion. If body's velocity is continuously changing or body is traveling with uniform acceleration, then it is called as non-uniform motion. In body is traveling with uniform velocity, then I have only one equation. Uniform velocity to veltunnappudu any equations untayi manaku? Only one equation. What is that equation? Displacement is equal to velocity into time. So this is the only equation which we have when body is traveling with uniform velocity. Okay, ma? What is meant by S here? S is called displacement, V is called velocity, T is called as time taken. Clear, no? But when body is traveling with a non-uniform acceleration, then we have four equations. What are the four equations? V is equals to U plus AT, S is equals to UT plus half AT square. So V square minus U square is equals to 2AS. Sn is equals to U plus A into N minus 1 by 2. So these are the four equations which we have for non-uniform motion. Understood, no? So what is meant by V here? Final velocity U means initial velocity A, acceleration T, time S, displacement Sn, displacement in a particular second. Sn is called what, ma? Displacement of the particle in one particular second. And what is that second? That second is called as n here. Okay, ma? So n is called particular second. Particular second. Clear? Sn is called displacement in that particular second. In that particular second. Are you able to understand, ma? So it means this is the equation to calculate displacement in only 1 second. For example, 3rd second, 4th second, 5th second. Clear, no? So these are the four equations which we have in non-uniform motion, or you can call it as accelerated motion also. Clear, no, ma? Okay. Now we will write some cases of how to solve or how to solve problems of kinematics. Okay, ma? So first one, check the number of unknown quantities. Check the number of unknown quantities. Are you able to understand, ma? So first you are supposed to count how many unknown quantities we have. Clear, no? Then what is the next step we are supposed to do? Number of equations should be equal to number of unknown quantities. Okay, ma? So number of equations and number of unknown quantities, they should be equal. So these are the two conditions always you should check when solving the problems of kinematics. Are you able to understand? So you are supposed to see how many number of unknown quantities are there. Step number 1. Step number 2 is number of equations should be equal to number of unknown quantities. For example, you have only one unknown quantity, one equation is enough. Clear, no? You have two unknown quantities, you require two equations. Three unknown quantities, you require three equations. Understood, no? So based on that, you are supposed to count the number of unknown. Question is, a car travels from rest position, clear, ma? With an acceleration of alpha for some time. Clear? Then it retards at the rate of beta and finally stops. It means acceleration is also happening, retardation is also happening. Clear, number? And what is the total time taken? Total time taken is t. Then you are supposed to derive an expression for maximum velocity obtained by this car. Clear? Let us try to understand this one by drawing a line diagram. See. So this is how I can draw a line diagram. So this is point E. Let this point be point B, and let this point be point C. So initially car is starting from rest position, no? It is starting from rest position. Rest position means initial velocity 0 meter per second. And after starting from the rest position, it has an acceleration of alpha. So what is the acceleration? Alpha. Clear number? So acceleration means what? Velocity of the body is continuously increasing. That is called as acceleration number. So velocity is continuously increasing. Then after reaching point B, now suddenly it has started decelerating. It started applying the brakes. Applying brakes means what? Negative acceleration. But still it will continue to travel in the same motion, no? If you are traveling with a speed of 100 km per hour and if you suddenly apply the brakes, first of all, will you travel forward or suddenly will you move backwards? First of all, you start moving forwards. Clear number? It means velocity is in this direction, but acceleration is in opposite direction. From where to where? From B to C. Are you able to understand? From A to B, what is happening? Velocity is in this direction. Acceleration is also in the same direction. So what happens to the velocity? Velocity continuously increases. Up to which point? It increases continuously up to point B. Are you able to understand? Next, from B to C, what is happening? It started applying the brakes. It is retarding. Retarding means what? Velocity continues in the same direction, but acceleration, it is in opposite direction. So therefore, what happens to the velocity of the body? Velocity continuously reduces at the rate of beta meter per second square. And finally it stops. That's what he's saying, no? And finally it will stop. It means what is the final velocity? Final velocity is 0. And still what are the conditions he gave? Total time taken is how much, ma? Total time taken is t. It means from the starting to the ending position. So this total time we can call it as t. Fine. Then he is asking us to find out the equation for maximum velocity. Now first of all, can you say in all these three cases where maximum velocity will be present? A na, B na, C na? B. Why B? Because from A to B only velocity is continuously increasing. Okay. So from A to B, what is happening? From A to B, velocity is continuously increasing. So definitely I can say here the velocity will be maximum. And from here onwards, what happens to velocity? From here onwards, velocity continuously reduces. It means if I find out velocity at a point B, then that velocity will become maximum velocity. Understood, Nama? Now can you say how can I do this calculation? S is equals to ut plus half at square, but there is no discussion on displacement here. V is equals to u plus at. Very good. That is the condition which we are supposed to use. Because acceleration is given, time is given. Vinali carefully. So acceleration is there, time is given, and initial velocity and final velocity are also given. So the only equation which I can use in this condition is V is equals to u plus at. But the question is, can I use it from A to B or A to C? V is equal to u plus at. Can I use from A to B or from total motion from A to C? Ekkadi nunchi ekkadi varaku use cheyochu? A to B and B to C. Very good. Why can't I use from A to C? A to C I cannot write the equation because accelerations are varying. From A to B the acceleration is alpha. B to C acceleration is beta. Accelerations are varying. So from A to C you cannot write the equation. So first of all what I will do, I will write the equation from A to B itself. Clear now? Which equation is suitable for me? V is equals to u plus at. This equation is suitable. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now what is the final velocity between A and B? V max is the final velocity. Vinali meeru rayatamlo unnaru. First listen very very carefully, try to understand, then you write down. Clear ma? So from A to B, initial velocity is 0, final velocity is V max. That's the condition number. So V means final velocity, and what is the final velocity? V max. What is the initial velocity from A to B? Initial velocity is 0. Clear? What is the acceleration? Acceleration is alpha. Clear, no? Alpha. What is the time taken? Time taken is not given. Total time is given, no? But what is the time interval between A to B? Is it given? That is not given. So what I will do, I will assume some time t1. So this is my assumption. Okay, ma? I am assuming that time taken in between A to B is how much? t1. Then what will be the time taken from B to C? Very good. Time taken from B to C will be t minus t1. How can you say it is t minus t1, ma? Why can't I write a t2? ఇక్కడ t1 అనుకున్నాను, ఇక్కడ t2 అనుకోవచ్చు కదా. Total time t is given definitely. So if I assume this time t1, why I am not able to assume this one as t2? t1 plus t2 t అవుతుంది కదా. If I write one more term t2, it becomes one more unknown quantity. No? If I write time interval from between B to C is t2, it becomes another unknown quantity. If I have one more unknown quantity, I require one more equation. 14 equation రాసుకుంటూ పోవాలి, ఇదే నా పని మనకి ఇంకా. So I want to keep the number of unknown quantities to be minimum. Number of unknown quantities ఎప్పుడు ఎలా ఉండాలి? Minimum they should. So that the number of equations which you are supposed to write, they should be minimum. Are you able to understand, ma? So t1 already one unknown quantity, no? So in terms of same unknown quantity, I am writing the second time also. Are you able to understand, ma? Now see how many unknown quantities? One unknown quantity, same unknown quantity. But if you write a t2, what will happen? You will have one more unknown quantity. You have to write one more equation. Are you able to understand? That's the equation which we have written, ma? Number of unknown quantities, number of equations, they should be equal. Fine? Okay. Now see. So therefore alpha, time taken is how much? Time taken is t1 in the first condition. So from here I calculated a t1 value, no? So t1 is how much? V max divided by alpha. So let it be my equation number 1. Is it clear? Now I will write equation for second condition. Okay, ma? Which is the second condition here? Second condition is from B to C. B to C becomes my second condition. So here which equation I can use? B to C, is it uniform motion or non-uniform motion? Non-uniform motion. Why it is non-uniform motion? Because body is retarding, no? If body's velocity is changing, definitely it is non-uniform motion. అదే కదా మనం స్టడీ చేసింది. And for non-uniform motion, how many equations we have? 4 equations. Out of 4 equations, which equation I can use? V is equals to u plus 80 once again. So I will write the equation V is equals to u plus 80. Are you able to understand now? Now from B to C, which is the initial velocity, which is the final velocity? Initial velocity? V max. Final velocity? 0. That's all. Time taken? T minus T1. Acceleration? Negative beta minus beta. Why I have to write minus beta? Because acceleration is negative. This is retardation, no? So therefore, how can I write the equation? Final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is V max. Acceleration is nothing but beta. Time taken is how much? Time taken is T minus T1. Understood now? So now see here how many unknown quantities are there? V max. Unknown quantity, no? T1. T1 is also unknown quantity. So 2 unknown quantities, I require 2 equations, no? Already I have equation number 1, no? What is equation number 1? T1 is equal to V max divided by alpha. So take this T1, substitute here. Then I will have only one unknown quantity, no more. That's all. By using this technique, you can do the calculation. Understood? Now try to substitute and get the answer. Come on. Okay, ma? So therefore, so 0 is equals to V max minus beta into T minus T1. Instead of T1, I will write V max divided by alpha. Clear number? So therefore, V max, if I take to the other side, this is equals to minus gets cancelled. So beta T minus beta V max divided by alpha. So V max, if I take to one side, then V max multiplied by 1 plus beta by alpha is equals to beta into T. Clear number? So therefore, if I take the LCM, then I am left with what? So V max is equals to alpha beta T divided by alpha plus beta. So this is my equation for Vmax, maximum velocity obtained by the car in this process of acceleration and deceleration. Understood, Nama? So have you understood how we have done this total calculation, ma? First I am writing one equation from A to B. Then I am writing another equation between B to C. Why I am writing two equations? Because I have two unknown quantities, no? So I am writing two equations and this question. See here, so body, initial velocity of the body is how much? Initial velocity of the body is 5 meters per second. Clear? So body starts decelerating at the rate of 2 meters per second square. Then determine the time at which particle becomes stationary. Stationary means it goes into rest position. So therefore he is asking about the time only. So therefore I will use the relation. Which relation I can use? So I can use the relation V is equals to U plus 80. Clear now? Final velocity should be 0. Initial velocity is 5. Acceleration is minus 2. And time taken is t. So therefore t is equals to 5 by 2, which is equal to 2.5 seconds. That is my answer, for which the body goes into rest position. That's all. Very simple question. V is equals to U plus 8. Then second question. What is the second question he is asking? Find the distance travelled in second. So this is the equation in which I have to calculate displacement in one particular second, Nama. So therefore which equation I can use? I can use Sn is equals to U plus A into n minus 1 by 2. Clear now? 3 by 2 for second one. 3 by 2 is not correct. Clear? Calculation mistakes you are doing. So Sn is equals to U plus A into n minus 1 by 2. Sn is nothing but displacement in nth second. Which second he is asking us? Second. So therefore Sn is equals to initial velocity 5. Acceleration minus 2, and which second he is asking? Second. So 2 minus 1 by 2. That's all. No? So therefore 5 minus 2 into 4 minus 1 by 2, 3 by 2. Clear no? So therefore its total value is how much? So 5 minus 3, it is 2 meters. So this is the distance travelled by the body in which second? No? Distance travelled or displacement of the body in second. Okay, so distance and displacement both are same in this condition. In this condition, distance is also 2 meters, the displacement is also 2 meters. What is the reason? Because body is moving in a straight line and it is moving in same direction also. How can you say it is moving in same direction? Because it will take a 2.5 seconds to stop, Nama. Body will take 2.5 seconds to stop. Are you able to understand? But here he is asking displacement on only in a second. No. Sima. So అందుకే చెప్పేటప్పుడు క్లియర్గా వినాలి. చెప్పేటప్పుడు రాసుకుంటా ఉంటే ఏమర్థమవుతుందో నీకు. Body is taking how much time to stop? 2.5 seconds to stop. Clear now? So, but he is asking distance in how much time? In a third second. So what do you understand? Body will stop after 2.5 seconds, but he is asking distance in third second. Anybody, can you say what is happening here? Sima, consider this is the body. What is its initial velocity? Initial velocity is 5 meters per second. Understood, no? And its velocity is in which direction? Initially in this direction. But immediately we are giving a retardation, no, negative acceleration. So acceleration is in which direction? Acceleration is in opposite direction, 2 meters per second square. So therefore what happens to the velocity of this body? Already we have done one problem yesterday, Nama. If velocity and acceleration in opposite directions, then what happens to the velocity of this body? Velocity continuously decreases, but it continues to move in the same direction. No? It continues to move in the same direction, but with reducing velocity. Velocity continuously reduces. Are you able to understand? So it moves and it moves up to here. Okay. So here its final velocity will be how much? Final velocity will be 0 meters per second. It means here temporarily it is going into rest position. Now what is the time taken to travel from this position to this position? That only I have calculated. No? Time taken for the body to stop is t is equal to 2.5 seconds. After 2.5 seconds it is stopped. Okay, so will it stop permanently or will it not stop? After 2.5 seconds will it stop permanently or not? No. Then what will happen? Acceleration is continuously acting, no? So body is going into rest position after 2.5 seconds. After 2.5 seconds, acceleration has not become zero, no? Acceleration is continuously acting on the body. So body is moving in this direction, but acceleration is continuously acting in which direction? In opposite direction. So A is equal to 2 meter per second squared. Now after stopping, after 2.5 seconds, acceleration is still present, no? Again it starts accelerating in which direction? In backwards direction, that is in the direction of acceleration. Because acceleration is never zero, no? It is continuously acting. Are you able to understand? So from rest position, again it will travel in opposite direction with an acceleration of 2 meter per second squared. But he is asking distance traveled in how many seconds? In third second. From here to here, 2.5 seconds is completed. No? Now still how much second is present? 0.5 second is present. So first of all, let us calculate what is the distance traveled in 0.5 seconds. Clear, Nama? So distance traveled from, or you can say in between, distance traveled in between 2.5 seconds and 3 seconds. So this is called 0.5 seconds, Nama. So first of all, I will calculate distance traveled in 0.5 seconds. So then which equation I can use? I can use S is equals to ut plus half at square. So displacement is yes. Initial velocity is 0 only, no? After 2.5 seconds, it has stopped now. So initial velocity is how much? 0. Clear, no? Plus half into what is the acceleration? Acceleration is continuously acting 2. And what is the time taken? Time taken we are taking 0.5 seconds. So 1 by 2 whole square. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So S is equals to 1 by 4 meters. Okay, ma? So this is the displacement of the body in how much time? In 0.5 seconds. Clear? Therefore, once I get this relation, what I can write? Clear, number? I can write. Therefore, distance in third second is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, 1 by 2 meter. How can you justify this answer? Can you say how I got this calculation? So distance travelled in third second, how much I have written? 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, which is equal to 1 by 2. How I got this answer? Can you say, anybody? Up to 2 seconds? Hmm, 0.5, 0.5, 1 second. But how I have written 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is 1 by 2. Who said that, Sima? What is this 1 by 4? This is the time interval between 2.5 to 3, no? Only half second. It means I have to take another half second, no? Third second means totally 1 second, no? So in half second I have calculated the displacement is 1 by 4. What about another half second? That another half second also I have taken 1 by 4 only. Why? Why I have taken like that? Because acceleration is same, no? Throughout the motion, what is same? Acceleration is same. See, for example, Sima, here in half second, let us consider body has travelled from here to here. What is this distance? This distance is 1 by 4 meters. Clear, number? That is in between 2.5 to 3 seconds. Body will travel 1 by 4 meter. Then the distance travelled from 2 seconds to 2.5 seconds also will be 1 by 4 meters only. Are you able to understand? In between 2 seconds to 2.5 seconds, what is happening? Body is stopping, no? Body is going into rest position. Because what is the total time taken for the body to stop? 2.5 seconds. So in between 2 seconds to 2.5 seconds, body must travel how much distance? 1 by 4 meter. Why? Because from here to here and from here to here, acceleration is remaining same. No? If acceleration remains the same, body will travel same distance in same time in this condition. Are you able to understand? No? So therefore, from here to here it is 1.4, 1 by 4. From here to here also it is 1 by 4. So total 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, half meter. That is the distance travelled in which second? Third second. Are you able to understand? No? Similarly, if I ask you one more question, what is the displacement in third second? Can you answer this one? Displacement in third second is how much? Distance and displacement, how they are equal? Direction is changing, no? Displacement is how much in third second? Displacement is 0. Why it is 0? Sima, from 2 to 2.5, it will travel from here to here, no? And from 2.5 to 3, again it will reach the same position. So, body is present here only. This is the initial position. This is the final position also. So, total displacement? 0. So, this is a very, very logical question. Are you able to understand? So, total displacement will become 0, but distance doesn't depend on direction. From 2 to 2.5, 1 by 4 meter, 2.5 to 3, another 1 by 4 meter. 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, 1 by 2. That is our answer. Fine? Let's make a note of. Let us see this question. So, in a car race, clear? Car A takes a time of t seconds less than car B at the finish. Clear? And passes the finishing point with a velocity v greater than car B. Both the cars are starting from rest position with respective accelerations of a1 and a2. Then you are supposed to show that v is equals to root a1 a2 into t. That is the question. No? First, let us try to understand this question. So, this is the starting point. From here, two cars, they are starting. So, this is car A and this one is car B. Clear? So, this is the finish line. So, first of all, car A reached t seconds before, no? So, therefore, this car A reached this finish line. It means car B should have been somewhere here only by the time car A has reached the finish line. That's all. No? So, what is the acceleration of car A, A1? Acceleration of car A is A2. So, it has reached before car B, no? So, it means definitely A1 is greater than A2. This thing which I can understand. Clear? No? And this has reached the finish line with a velocity v greater than car B. Are you able to understand? And what are the initial velocities of both the cars? Initial velocities are 0. So, initial velocity of car A is also 0 meter per second. Initial velocity of car B is also 0 meter per second. Are you able to understand? So, here question is based on how many conditions here? First of all, time is given and final velocity is also given. So, this one is travelling a time small t before car B. Are you able to understand? And also car A is travelling with a velocity v greater than car B at the finish line. These are the points. No? So, therefore, how can I write the equations of car A and car B? Let us see. So, first of all, we will try to write the equations of car A. Okay, ma? So, I will use the equations of car A. Okay. So, first of all, if I want to write equation in terms of time, then what is the equation I will use? I will use v is equals to u plus at. I can use this relation, no? So, final velocity is how much? Final velocity, it is greater than the final velocity of car B, no? So, I will write final velocity is v plus velocity of car B at the finish line. Can I write like this? What is VB? VB is the velocity of final velocity of car B at the finish line. But at the finish line, car A is having how much velocity? It is having velocity of V greater than VB, no? So, V plus VB will become the final velocity of car A. Can I write like this? At the finish line, when compared to final velocity of car B, car A is having how much velocity greater? V velocity greater. That's what he is saying, no? With a velocity of V more than car B at the finish point. Understood? So, V plus VB. Initial velocity is 0. Acceleration is a1. Time taken is how much? Time taken is t minus small t. Okay. What is this capital T? Capital T is the time taken by car B. When compared to car B car A is taking how much time lesser? It is taking a time of small t lesser when compared to car B. So I am writing t minus t. This is one equation which I can use. Similarly, I can also write the equation v square minus u square is equals to 2as no more. Okay. So what is the final velocity of car B? Final velocity of car B is, car A is again v plus vb whole square. So initial velocity is 0. So 2 into acceleration is a1, displacement is s. So car A and car B both will travel same displacement only no more, because finished distance will be same for both of them. So displacement remains to be s only. Okay. Similarly, I can use one more equation, s is equals to ut plus half at square. Clear no? So distance travelled by car A is s, initial velocity is 0. So half into acceleration is a1. Time taken is how much? Time taken is capital T minus a small t whole square. Are you able to understand how I am writing these equations? Clear number? I am writing all the equations so that finally we will use some of the equations to derive our required answer. Now I am writing equations for car B. Okay, ma? For car B again let us use the equation v is equals to u plus at. Are you able to understand? So what is the final velocity of car B? Final velocity of car B is vb no? At the finish line it is having a velocity of vb. But car A is having how much velocity? V velocity greater. So vb plus v. Fine. Initial velocity of car B 0. Acceleration a2. Time taken capital T. T minus t no. Capital T is the time taken by car B. But car A is taking t seconds lesser no. So capital T minus small t. So therefore here I have to use capital T. Are you able to understand? Next, one more equation. What is the second equation I can use? V square minus u square is equals to 2as. Okay. So what is the final velocity of car B? Final velocity of car B is vb. So vb square. Initial velocity is 0. So 2 into acceleration is a2. Displacement is s. That's all number. Clear? Now what is the final equation? So final equation is s is equals to ut plus half at square. Clear no? So displacement of A and B both are same no at the finish line, both will travel the same distance. So s is equals to initial velocity 0, acceleration is a2 and the time taken is how much? Time taken is capital T whole square. Clear number? So totally how many equations I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equations. So by using any of these 6 equations, you are supposed to derive this relation. V is equals to square root of a1 into root of a1 a2 into t. Now can you try from here? Equations I have written no? Have you understood the equations? So after writing the equation, see how you can derive this relation. Fine? Come. Okay, ma? So let us try to understand. So this is my first equation, second equation, third equation. Clear no? So this is my fourth equation, fifth equation and sixth equation. So I am taking equation number 2, equation number 5. This is my second equation and this is my fifth equation. Okay, ma? So v plus vb is root 2a1s, vb is equals to root 2a2 into s. Clear no? So instead of vb, I can substitute this value no? Because in the final answer there is no vb. In the final answer there is no vb. So vb should not be present. So I am trying to eliminate vb. I am removing vb, I am getting this equation. V is equals to root of 2a1s minus root of 2a2 into s. So let us call this equation as equation number 7. Then I will select equation number 3 and equation number 6. Because in these two equations I have small t no? Small t is present. So let us take from equation number 3. From equation number 3 how I can write s is equals to half a1 into capital T minus small t whole square. Clear number? I want a small t, so therefore 2s divided by a1 root is equals to capital T minus small t. Okay, so let it be my equation number 8. Clear? Then I will take equation number 6. So from equation number 6, so s is equals to half a2 into t square. Are you able to understand? Ma? So from this what I can write, I will continue from here. Okay, ma? So from equation number 6 I will write 2s divided by a2 root is equals to how much? It is equal to t. Are you able to understand now? So let us call this equation as equation number 9. So So do one thing, so substitute equation number 9 in equation number 8. Clear now? Then what I am left with, what is equation number 8 here? So t minus small t is equals to root 2s divided by a1. So instead of capital T here I can substitute root 2s by a2 no? So substitute. So therefore root of, so 2s divided by a2 minus small t is equals to root 2s divided by a1. So therefore what is the equation for small t? Small t is equals to root 2s divided by a2 minus root of 2s divided by a1. So let us call this equation as equation number 10. Understood number? So therefore now if you see this equation, equation number 7 and equation number 10. Okay. So here I have small v, here I have small t. Okay. So here I have s, here also I have s. So if I divide both of them, s and s will get cancelled. No? S and s will get cancelled. Now I will be having values only in terms of v and small t. Are you able to understand? So try to divide equation number 7 and equation number 10 and see whether you get the required answer or not. Have you understood? Come on, that's what, try to do the calculation. Okay, ma'am. So why I am doing all these calculations? Because finally, what is the answer I want? Finally, I want the answer in terms of small v and t. That's all, ma'am. So therefore, my required answer is v is equals to root of a1 a2 multiplied by t. This is what I want. So this is equation number 10 and that is equation number 7. So dividing 7 and 10. Okay, ma'am. What is the 7? So v divided by small t is equals to root of 2a1s minus root 2a2s divided by, now what is small t? So root of 2s divided by a2 minus root 2s divided by a1. Okay, ma'am. So root s, 2 and 2, they will get cancelled. So 2s, 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 2s and 2s, they will get cancelled with each other. Are you able to understand, ma'am? So therefore v by t is equals to, now what I am left with? So root a1 minus root a2 divided by root of 1 by a2 minus root of 1 by a1. Clear, ma'am? Now do this calculation and see whether you get this answer or not. Fine? Come on. So therefore, if I do this calculation, this is what I will get. Okay, so v by t is equals to root a1 minus root a2 divided by, now we will take the LCM of these two. This can be written as, okay, v by t is equals to root a1 minus root a2 divided by, so 1 by root a2 minus 1 by root a1. I can write like this, no? Now if you take the LCM of these two, it is root a1 into a2. So root a1 into a2. So first term will become root a1, second term will become root a2. Are you able to understand? So therefore, what I will get, root a1 into a2. Oh, that's all. So finally I will get, so this one and this one will get cancelled. So I will get v by t is equals to root of a1 a2. So therefore v is equals to root a1 a2 multiplied by t. This is the answer which you should get. Clear now? In the question he gave v is equals to root a1 a2 into t, no? This is wrong. This is the correct answer. So make a note of that. Fine. So bus starts from rest position and moves with a constant acceleration of 8 meters per second square. Clear now? So first of all we will take this bus. So it is starting from rest position. Rest position means initial velocity 0. And what is its acceleration? What is the acceleration of the bus? 8 meter per second square. So acceleration is given as 8 meter per second square. Clear now? So at the same time, a car traveling with a constant velocity of 16 meter per second. So consider this is a car. So it is traveling with constant velocity, uniform velocity of 16 meters per second. So this car overtakes this bus and it travels forward. That's the question, no? So after how much time and after what distance the bus overtakes the car? Clear, ma? See, ma, first of all, what is the velocity of the bus? Bus velocity is 0, a car. And what is its acceleration? 8 meters per second square. That's all, ma? And what is the velocity of the car? Well, a car does not have any acceleration. It is a uniform motion. Acceleration of the car is how much? 0. Acceleration of the car is not there. It is 0 meter per second square. But it is having certain velocity. So when the car is in rest position, when the bus is in rest position, car has overtaken this bus and it is traveling forward. Okay. But what is the conditions of the bus here? Bus initial velocity is definitely 0, but it is having acceleration. What is meant by acceleration? Acceleration means its velocity continuously increases. Velocity of the bus continuously increases. That is called acceleration. So therefore, after some time, definitely the bus will overtake the car also. First, what is happening? First, bus was in rest position. Car has overtaken the bus. Clear, number? But car is traveling with same velocity. Velocity of the car is not changing. So it continues to travel with same velocity. But if you see bus is having acceleration. Acceleration means its velocity continuously increases, and at a particular instant of time, definitely bus will overtake the car. What happens to its velocity? Its velocity continuously increases, and definitely after some time it will overtake the car. Are you able to understand, ma? So at what distance it will overtake and after how much time it will overtake, that I want to calculate. Clear, ma? So let us consider bus will travel up to this much distance, car also will travel up to this much distance. So here once again bus is overtaking the car. So now I can say bus is present here, clear, ma? And car is present here. And what is the velocity of the car? Velocity of the car remains to be same number. It is 16 meter per second only, and acceleration is also 0 meter per second square. Okay. So this distance, if I call it as a d or s, how can you calculate this distance? And what is the time taken for overtaking? These two conditions we are supposed to calculate. Clear? So first of all, let us write one equation for bus. Equation for bus. Bus is undergoing what kind of motion, ma? Non-uniform motion. How you can say it is non-uniform motion? Because acceleration is present, no? So definitely it is non-uniform motion. Okay. So which equation I can use? So I can use the relation s is equals to ut plus half at square. So let us use this relation. Clear, ma? Because questions is based on distance and time, no? So I will use this relation. So displacement is how much? That I don't know. Let that distance is d. What is the initial velocity of the bus? Okay, ma? What is the initial velocity of the bus, ma? Initial velocity of the bus is 0 plus a half into what is the acceleration of the bus? Acceleration of the bus is 8. Time taken I don't know, t square. So therefore, what is my first equation? First equation is d is equals to 4t square. Clear now? So similarly, you write one equation for car also. So equation for car. Car is undergoing what kind of motion? Uniform motion. How can you say it is uniform motion? Velocity is constant, acceleration is not there. So definitely it is an example of uniform motion. And for uniform motion, how many equations we have? One equation. What is that? Displacement is equals to velocity into time. This is the only equation. No? Clear, number? So again, Sima, at the instant of overtaking, bus and car, both of them they will travel same distance. No? Bus and car, both of them they will travel same distance. Clear, number? So distance is equals to velocity. What is the initial velocity of the car? 60. And what is the time taken? So if time taken by the bus is t, then what is the time taken by the car? T on. Sure. Time taken by the bus to reach up to here is how much? T. T is the time which we have taken. No? Then what is the time taken by the car by the time bus overtakes the car? Definitely T ఉంటుంది because both of them they have started at the same instant, you know, and at overtaking also both bodies they should have traveled for same time also. Okay. So here also time is how much? Here also time is t only. So this is my second equation. Okay, ma? Now here how many unknown quantities I have? Two unknown quantities. Here two unknown quantities. So equations are also two equations are there. No? So definitely you can do this calculation. Clear? Now come on, solve from here. Change equation. See what is the answer you will get. Clear, ma? So d is equals to 4t square is one equation. Another equation is d is equals to 16t. So both are d's only, nama, just equate both of them. So 4t square is equal to 16t. So t and square get cancelled. So t is equals to 16 by 4, which is equal to 4 seconds. One answer I got, no? It means the bus will overtake the car after how much time? After traveling a distance of, after traveling for 4 seconds. Clear, no? Then I can calculate distance also, nama. You can substitute either here or here also. So therefore, let us take it this one. D is equals to 16 into t. So 16 into 4. How much? 64 meters. That is our answer. Okay. So after traveling a distance of 64 meter, bus is going to overtake the car. Fine. And after how much time? After a time. A car starts from point O and moves with a constant velocity of 9 meter per second. So this is one karma, which is car A. Clear? And it is moving with a constant velocity. So what is the velocity of the car? 9 meter per second. Clear? So it is continuing its motion. Then after 2 seconds, another car has started. That's the given condition. No? Another car has started and it is following this car A. So car B, this is car B. Okay, ma? Car B starts from rest position. It means its initial velocity is 0 meter per second and moves under constant acceleration of 4 meter per second square. So both of them, they are continuing their journeys. But both of them, they are not continuing at the same time. First this one has started. Then after 2 seconds, car B has started its motion. Are you able to understand? Then after how much time and at what distance the cars will meet, just like the previous problem which we have done. Okay, but there is a small condition that car B has started after 2 seconds of motion of car A. Clear? And here car A is traveling with uniform velocity, no? It is traveling with same velocity, uniform motion. But car B, accelerated motion. Car B's motion is accelerated. It means its velocity continuously increases, no? Velocity of car B continuously increases, and after a particular time interval and after traveling particular distance, definitely car B will overtake car A because its velocity is continuously increasing. No? So therefore I assume that, so after reaching this much distance, now here we have car A, which is again traveling with a velocity of 9 meter per second, and this is car B, now which is ready to overtake car A. Now it is ready to overtake car A. Clear, no? So let the distances traveled are S and S. Overtaking means what? Definitely both of them, they should travel same distance, no? So if car A has traveled this much distance, car B also will travel same distance at the instant of overtaking. Times are different, definitely. Times are different, but displacements are definitely equal. Clear? So therefore, how can I write equation for car A? Okay, ma? I want to write equation for car A. Car A is what kind of motion? Uniform motion. So which equation? Only one equation. Displacement is equals to velocity into time. Uniform motion ko okay equation kada, only one equation. What is the displacement? S. Velocity is 9. Time taken I don't know. So let it be my first equation. Understood, Nama? Similarly, you write equation for car B. Car B is undergoing what kind of motion? Non-uniform motion. So displacements are there and he is asking us to find out time taken also, no? So which equation I can use? I can use the relation S is equals to ut plus half at square. This equation I have to use. Clear, no? So displacements are same, no? Same. Initial velocity 0 plus half into acceleration is 4 only, no? Now what is the time taken? Time taken is t minus 2 whole square. T minus 2 will become the time taken. How can you say time taken is t minus 2? So after 2 seconds this car has started. No? This car has started after how much time? After 2 seconds. It means if car A has travelled 10 seconds, car B has travelled only 8 seconds. That's all, no? If car B has travelled for 10 seconds, car B will travel only for 8 seconds. What is the reason? Because it has travelled 2 seconds after, no? So దీనికన్నా ఇది 2 సెకండ్లు తక్కువ ట్రావెల్ చేసి ఉంటుంది because it has started after 2 seconds. So that is why I am writing t minus 2 whole square. Fine. Now do the calculation. So therefore S is equals to 4 into t minus 2 whole square. So this is my first equation and this is my second equation. Okay. Now 2 4. Here I forgot to know. Yes, 2 1s are 2 2s are. So this is 2 into t minus 2 whole square. Clear ma? Now I can equate 1 and 2 no ma? Can I equate yes and yes? So s is equals to 90. Another equation is s is equals to initial velocity 0 only, no? So 2 into t minus 2 whole square. Okay. S is equals to 2 into t minus 2 whole square. So therefore 90 is equals to 2 into t minus 2 whole square. Okay. Now if I take root on both sides, s is equals to 90, correct only, no? Velocity into time. Okay, let us see. So 90 is equals to 2 into t square plus 4 minus 2t. 2ab, no? 4. Okay. Let us see. So therefore 90 is equals to 2t square minus 8t plus 8. Clear now? So therefore if I do this calculation, then I will get 90 plus 8 plus 8t is equals to let us see. Correct gaane chustundama ekkada nettipoyindara minus 4ab correct only. Clear? So this is equals to 2t square plus 8. Clear na? So therefore if I further do this calculation, what I will get? So 17t is equal to 2t square plus 8. Clear? So 2t square minus 17t plus 8 is equal to 0. Is this the relation which we got? T square minus 17t plus 8 is equal to 0. So 16t square can be written as minus 16t minus t. Okay. So 2t square minus 16t minus t plus 8 is equal to 0. Clear no? So 2t if I take common, t minus 8 minus 1 if I take common, t minus 8 is equal to 0. So therefore 2t minus 1, t minus 8 is equal to 0. So therefore t is 1 by 2 and t is equal to 8 seconds. Clear now? This is our answer. So this is the time taken after which the car B will overtake car A. So t is equals to 1 by 2 second is not possible number. T is equal to 8 seconds is possible. Are you able to understand? So once I got this relation, take this time and substitute in one of the relation. So what were the relations which we got previously? S is equals to 9 into t. So S is equals to 9 into t. So S is equals to 9 into time is 8 seconds. So 72 meters. So that is my answer. Clear now? So time taken is 8 seconds and the displacement is 72 meters. That's it. So between 2 points, a car accelerates uniformly at rest position. Clear now? Then moves with a constant speed and finally retards uniformly to rest position. So there are 3 conditions in this problem. So initially it is accelerating. So from A to B, what it is doing, it is accelerating. Clear Nama? Accelerating means what? Its velocity is continuously increasing. Then from B to C, what is happening? From B to C, it is moving with a constant velocity. It means acceleration is how much? Acceleration is 0. Uniform velocity means acceleration is 0 only, no? Clear Nama? And then finally from C to D, it is retarding and finally going into rest position. That's all. So here what is happening here, negative acceleration is happening, or you can call it as retardation, and finally it is going into rest position. Final velocity is 0 meter per second. And what is the initial velocity? Initial velocity is also 0 meter per second. Are you able to understand? So first of all accelerating, then traveling with a constant velocity, and then its velocity is reducing, finally it is going into rest position. These are the three conditions which are given now. And what are the ratios of time taken? Ratios of time taken are 1:4:2. It means that in this time interval, if time taken is t naught, then here time taken is 4t naught, and here time taken is 2t naught. No? Can I say like this? 1:4:2 means, ratio means there should have been a common factor which should have cancelled previously. So that common factor, let it be t naught. So 1 into t naught, t naught. 4 into t naught, 4t naught. 2 into t naught, 2t naught. So these are the times taken for example. Are you able to understand? Okay. So therefore he is asking average speed only. No? So what is the formula for average speed? Average speed formula. Average speed is equals to total distance divided by total time. Total distance divided by total time is called average speed. So here let distance is d1, here let distance is d2, here let distance is d3. Clear number? So therefore I can write d1 plus d2 plus d3 divided by time taken is how much? t naught plus 4t naught plus 2t naught. These are the respective times now. Up to here it is clear number? Okay. Now the question is, how can I calculate d1, d2 and d3? Maximum velocity is 70. So can you say where maximum velocity will be 70? At point B velocity will be 70. At point C also velocity will be 70. What is the reason? Because from here to here it is constant velocity. No? So here if velocity is 70, here also velocity will be 70 only. So here velocity is 0. So from here velocity is increasing. No? That is called acceleration. No? Acceleration means velocity continuously increases. So by the time it reached point B, its velocity has become maximum. Okay. So at point B, what is the velocity? It is 70 kilometer per hour. So here also what is the velocity? Here also it is 70 kilometer per hour. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now can you say, how can I calculate this d1? d1 how can I calculate? So d1, this is accelerated motion. No? So why can't you use the relation s is equals to ut plus half at square? Definitely I can use, no? Because this is accelerated motion, I can use the relation s is equals to ut plus half at square. So let us try to use that relation. So therefore, from A to B, what kind of motion is this? Accelerated motion. Acceleration is there, no? Accelerated motion means how many equations we have? 4 equations. Out of 4 equations, which is better? I will use the relation s is equals to ut plus half at square. Are you able to understand? Ma? Initial velocity is 0, half into acceleration. What is the acceleration from A to B? 7. What is the acceleration between A to B? Is it given? Acceleration between A to B, is it given or not? No. Then how can I do this problem? Then at least a retardation between a C and D, is it given? What is the retardation between C and D? At least is it given? No. Then how can I do the problem? V2 minus V1 by 70 minus 0 by T naught. Change in velocity by time. So you want to do by that method. Okay. So okay, let us try in that method. So acceleration, how much is that? Acceleration is the final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. Okay, I was trying to do in another method. She gave one more method. Okay, let us do in that method. Clear, ma? So acceleration, final velocity 70, initial velocity 0, time taken t naught, multiplied by again time taken is t naught square. Clear, no? So what is displacement distance d1 in the first condition? So t naught and square will get cancelled, no? So it is a half of, so 70 into t naught. That's all, no? So therefore d1 is equals to 35 t naught. So this is my first distance. Similarly, what is the second distance? Second distance is distance d2. Clear, no? Distance d2, displacement is equals to velocity into time, no? Or distance is equals to speed into time. The speed is already given, no? 70. From here to here, body is traveling with same velocity, no? So 70. Time taken, 4 into t naught. Okay, so this is my second equation. Clear? Then what is my third equation? Third equation, d3. Okay, ma? Again I can use which relation? Again I can use the relation s is equals to ut plus half at square. Clear, no? So therefore distance d3. Now can you say from C to D, what is the initial velocity and which is the final velocity? Initial velocity is 70, because from here to here body is traveling with same velocity, no? So therefore here also velocity will be 70. So initial velocity 70, time taken 2t naught. Clear, number? Minus half acceleration, again same kinds, final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. Okay, ma? So what is the, already I have written minus, no? So I will do one thing, I will write plus only, plus a half into acceleration. Final velocity 0, initial velocity 70, time taken 2t naught multiplied by total time taken 2t naught whole square. Are you able to understand, ma, how we are doing? So 2t naught and square if I get cancelled. Clear, no? Therefore what is the d3 I got? d3 is 140 t naught minus 70 t naught. Clear, no? So 70 t naught only, no? 35 into 70 t naught. That's all. So therefore it is 70 t naught. Clear, no? So this is my third equation. So ఇక్కడ ఒక హాఫ్ ఉంది కదా, ఈ హాఫ్ క్యాన్సల్ అయిపోతే ఇంకా 70 కదా మిగిలేదు, 70 t naught. Clear, no? Now try to substitute in this relation. Okay, so therefore average speed is how much? d1, where is d1? 35 t naught, d2 is 7 4s 28, 280 t naught plus, and what is the third one? 70 t naught divided by, what are the total times taken, ma? 60 naught, 7 t naught. Clear, no? So t naught and t naught will get cancelled. So therefore 35 plus 280 plus 70 divided by 7. Clear, no? So 280 plus 350, 385 divided by 7. Clear, no? So 7 5s are 7 5s are, so 55 kilometer per hour. Okay, ma? So that is the average velocity of total journey. Have you understood? Fine, no?